Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari. Yashoda Nandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashoda Yashoda Nandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashoda Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Nittai Gauranga Bolo, Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga, Gaura Hari. Jai Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hari. Gora Gora Gaura Hari, Patita Pavana Gaura Hari. Nittai Gaura Haribo, 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 Haribo. Jayom Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajagacharya Ashtottara Satasi Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Prem Se Kaho Si Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Srila Prabhupada ki, Prabhupada Anuga ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki, Nittai Gaur Premanande. All glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shishi Guru and Goranga, all glories Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 12, Text 32. Sachaswaralokam arokshyan sunitam jananim dhruvah anvasmarat agham hitva dhinam yasyetri vishtapam. Sachaswaralokam arokshyan sunitim jananim dhruvah anvasmarat agham hitva dhinam yasyetri vishtapam. Sachaswaralokamarokshan sunitim jananim druvah anvasmarat agham hitva dhinam yasyetri vishtapam. Sachaswaralokamarokshan sunitim jananim druvah anvasmarat agham hitva dhinam yasyetri vishtapam. Saha he cha also swahalokam to the celestial planet arokshan about to ascend sunitim suniti jananim mother dhruvaha Dhruva Maharaja Anvasmarat immediately remembered. Agham, difficult to attain. Hitva, leaving behind. Deenam, poor. Yasye, I shall go. Trivishtapam, to the Vaikuntha planet. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation: Dhruva was seated in the transcendental airplane which was just about to start. When he remembered his poor mother Suniti, he thought to himself, how shall I go alone to the Vaikuntha planet and leave behind my poor mother? Purport: Dhruva had a feeling of obligation to his mother Suniti. It was Suniti who had given him the clue which had now enabled him to be personally carried to the Vaikuntha planet by the associates of Lord Vishnu. He now remembered her and wanted to take her with him. Actually, Dhruva Maharaja's mother, Suniti, was his Patapradarshaka Guru. Patapradarshaka Guru means the Guru or the spiritual master who shows the way. Such a Guru is sometimes called Siksha Guru. Although Narada Muni was his Diksha Guru, initiating spiritual master, Suniti, his mother, was the first who gave him instruction on how to achieve the favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is the duty of the Siksha Guru or Diksha Guru to instruct the disciple in the right way, and it depends on the disciple to execute the process. According to Shastric injunctions, there is no difference between Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru. And generally, the Siksha Guru later on becomes a Diksha Guru. Suniti, however, being a woman, and specifically his mother, could not become Dhruva Maharaja's Diksha Guru. Still, he was not less obliged to Suniti. There was no question of carrying Narada Muni to Vaikuntha Loka, but Dhruva Maharaja thought of his mother. Whatever plan the Supreme Personality of Godhead contemplates immediately fructifies. Similarly, a devotee who is completely dependent on the Supreme Lord can also fulfill his wishes by the grace of the Lord. The Lord fulfills his wishes independently, but a devotee fulfills his wishes simply by being dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, as soon as Dhruva Maharaja thought of his poor mother, he was assured by the associates of Vishnu that Suniti was also going to Vaikuntha Loka in another plane. Dhruva Maharaja had thought that he was going alone to Vaikuntha Loka, leaving behind his mother, which was not very auspicious, because people would criticize him for going alone to Vaikuntha Loka and not carrying with him Suniti, who had given him so much. But Dhruva also considered that he was not personally the Supreme. Therefore, if Krishna fulfilled his desires, only then would it be possible. Krishna could immediately understand his mind, and he told Dhruva that his mother was also going with him. This incident proves that a pure devotee like Dhruva Maharaja can fulfill all his desires. By the grace of the Lord, he becomes exactly like the Lord, and thus whenever he thinks of anything, his wish is immediately fulfilled. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is a wonderful shloka from the pastime of Dhruva Maharaja that reminds us of some different responsibilities. That is, taking care of our dependents, not just materially dependent, spiritually dependent also. Here very beautifully Prabhupada is explaining that the desires of a pure devotee are always satisfied by Krishna. Why? Because the pure devotee is dependent on Krishna for anything. And therefore his desires are satisfied by Krishna. So, Dhruva Maharaja's desire sincerely is that his mother, who is so instrumental in helping Dhruva on the path back to Godhead, played a very key role. Very key role. If you remember, that Dhruva Maharaja was refused a place on his father's lap by his stepmother, Suruchi, who told him, get down. You have to take birth from my womb if you have to sit on that throne. It was so harsh for a very young boy that the boy couldn't even hold it. He just got down and ran to his mother. Can't hold that hurt. Ran to his mother and his mother embraced him and immediately told him, don't think bad about your stepmother. First thing she told is, don't think bad of your stepmother. If you hear in the Bhagavatam, it's very amazing. Because she was very much worried that your spiritual life, your personality will be spoilt by this experience if you think negatively about this person. This is real super care. Don't spoil your existence, don't spoil your mind by thinking badly about Suruchi. Actually, the only person whom you should think about is the Supreme Lord Narayana. Only He can help you. No point thinking bad about Suruchi and wasting your time. Rather, you focus on Narayana. This is amazing advice she gave. Don't waste your time thinking about Suruchi. It's not also good for you. What is really good for you is to now completely focus on Narayana. He can give you everything you want. She directed him that if you want anything, you should depend on the Supreme Lord. Akama sarvakama va mokshakama udaridi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. The correct instruction given at the right time to the right person, it has got results. To never go in vain. Instructions about the Supreme Lord, if they are given at the right time, then that person benefits immensely. So, Prabhupada often speaks about how his father gave him correct instructions and led him correctly. In the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, right in the beginning, he writes, to my father Gaur Mohan De. In that whole page, you will see, first, when you open the Bhagavad Gita, to my father Gaur Mohan De, who was so kind to me and so nicely directed me to become a servant of Radharani. Prabhupada very proudly saying, my father never wanted to be a worldly man. He wanted me to be a servant of Radharani. So when they wanted to send me to London to be a barrister, he said, no. Let him learn to play mridanga and bhajan and let him glorify Radha. That's all I want. What an amazing decision to take. Because those days all the rich people and all the intelligent people were being sent. They became, all clever, intelligent Indians were going to London to be this, that, everything, and coming back and holding big positions in the government and everywhere. His father said, no, he is meant to be Radharani's servant. Correct instruction at the right time, the right direction. It's great fortune to be able to have the right instruction. People don't understand what is fortune. To be able to have somebody who will tell you how to take steps to become Krishna conscious, how to become detached, is the greatest fortune. It's the greatest fortune. But you need knowledge to be able to see it, that I am being fortunate. And if you don't have that blessing of the Lord, you cannot see it also. You can't. So what? You will just neglect it and go. That's why the mercy of the Lord is falling on everybody. But Prabhupada said, very unfortunate. He said, it's very unfortunate. You're sleeping in the Bhagavatam class, it's very unfortunate, he said. He used the word fortune and fortunate very nicely. He said, I can't do anything more about it. You want to come here and you want to sleep. So it's very unfortunate. It means it's beyond me. I can bring the food right up to your mouth. I can buy groceries. I can buy the best of foodstuffs, bring it and cook it in the most affectionate way for you. And then I can call you to the table. I can serve it on the plate and I can even put it in your mouth. Now, if you don't swallow it, what can I do? You're an individual. I cannot do anything. Very unfortunate. Right? So good instructions coming to you. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada is speaking to you. And you go to sleep. Very unfortunate. Dhruva Maharaj was very fortunate. He had the blessing to be able to immediately act on those instructions. He acted on those instructions. So everything is a benediction. It is like, blessing of the Lord. Even for us to take up Krishna consciousness and exercise our free will in the right direction and then take advantage of that fortunate position, you have to have Sukriti. You have to have blessing. Otherwise, you will take it to be very light. You will take it, in fact, to be not even useful. Very unfortunate. So many people are not fortunate. They don't have that Sukriti. They don't have that capacity to utilize the situation. So Prabhupada felt very sad at that time. So he went out of his way to give mercy to somebody, to do something. But Dhruva Maharaj is obviously very fortunate that his mother, right from his younger age, has instructed him properly. The greatest fortune is to have parents who are Krishna conscious and who give you good instructions. The greatest misfortune is to not take Krishna consciousness when it has come in a platter in front of you and it is being served to you. That's great misfortune, that you cannot follow the instructions, that you cannot listen to an authority and conduct Krishna consciousness activities for your benefit. Dhruva Maharaj is a very fortunate person. So he took the advice of his mother and he went and executed it. And he got the best of gurus to come to him in the forest, Narada Muni. All this is arranged by Krishna. First Suniti, my mother is also so wonderful Vaishnavi, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maiki. Then the best of spiritual masters, Narada Muni, is sent by Krishna. And to Narada Muni also, it's very interesting that what Narada Muni told him, he said, no, sorry, I can't listen to you. He listened to Suniti, his mother. When Narada Muni told him, you should go back to the palace. And yes, small boy, why are you taking all these things so seriously? He said, sorry, sir, I know you're a very great person. I heard about you, you're Narada Muni, but I'm not going to listen to you. In this instance, I am not listening to you. I am determined to see Narayana. My mother has said, can get to see Narayana here. I am determined to see. If you can help me in some way, please help me, but don't give me extra different suggestion. I am not going back. Narada Muni then said, very good. In fact, he became very happy that you are so determined, then you deserve to actually see the Lord. You will be able to do this sadhana nicely. He instructed him. He initiated him instantly because he is a responsible person. He found Dhruva Maharaj to be a responsible devotee, very keen in achieving the shelter of Narayana. He gave him that. All these things transpired. And Dhruva Maharaj came back in 6 months' time after going to the forest, having seen the Supreme Personality of Godhead, successfully coming back. So many great sages and munis have been meditating for years and years and janmas. They couldn't get. But he comes back. Why? He is listening correctly. He is keen. And after seeing the Lord, Swamin Kritartho Asmin Varamna Yache, I don't want any boon from you. I have seen you. You become fully satisfied. And he comes back. And then he sits on the throne. And then he rules. And goes to Dhruvaloka. And this is a description of him going back to Vaikuntha. Going back to Vaikuntha after so many thousands of years of ruling. And he is worried about, concerned about, with great obligation, Prabhupada says, it is my duty to also take my mother back to Godhead, because she is the one who has shown me the way. So if this becomes the thought in every son's mind, because my mother has been so kind to me and has given me encouragement to be Krishna conscious, brought me up nicely, I must also make sure I facilitate her going back to Godhead. That will be a very nice thought. So, Prabhupada elaborates here very nicely, gives a position of a Siksha Guru to Suniti. Elsewhere he also mentions Suniti could have initiated Dhruva Maharaja, but she did not because she was a woman and also his mother, specifically. And therefore, she did not go to that level. But she instructed him. But she instructed. Both are on the same platform, Siksha and Diksha Guru, giving you instructions for your welfare, for your benefit, without any compromise. So these are very important things, that concerned about the welfare of somebody, caring for somebody means caring for his spiritual welfare, actually, and advising him in such a way that his material situation will gradually cease to affect him and he will be able to fully dedicate himself to the spiritual path. Prabhupada is speaking about 2 points. One is about the desire of Dhruva Maharaja and on the dependency of Dhruva Maharaja. The fact that Dhruva Maharaja was dependent on Krishna, he says that because of that, he got his desire satisfied. So dependency and desires are very closely linked. You can't independently desire. You must dependently desire. And they are satisfied by Krishna. That's a very important thing to know. But there is another thing, like, if Dhruva Maharaja, no mother, I am very dependent on you, how can I leave you? I need my feeding bottle, I need your nice strokes, and I need this thing, I am a mama's boy. I cannot go to the forest. All there are wild animals. How can I go there and meditate? Yes, my boy, stay with me. I just tried it out. I was so afraid you may go. If you go, I will suffer without you. How can I, my affection, my love and all, I cannot show if you're not there. I cannot enjoy affection and love. So you better stay here with me. This is called codependency. Codependency. Material dependency. Each one is enjoying each other's dependency. And I don't know the full detail of it. In psychology, you call it codependency. Drug addicts are codependent. They need the drug. They're dependent on the drug. Human beings can make another person dependent on him and enjoy it. Instruct him in such a way, don't do, you're not capable of doing. You do this, what I'm telling you do. You don't exercise your free will. In this way, sometimes the person does not know what to do, when to do, how to do, and is afraid of doing without asking that person. So it makes him dependent on that person. Codependency. A mother should tell the son, go, do. You should be a man. You should, you're dependent on me, I'm dependent on you, fine, but that does not stop you from independently pursuing your spiritual life. That's okay. You must do it. So it's not that Suniti was very worried that he is going to the forest. Let him go. Let him endeavor on the right path. She was very happy about it. In fact, the father was worried. In fact, it's the father who got worried. And Narada Muni came and said, don't worry. He's going to come back as super duper person. He's going to see Narayana. And he will do it. He's very determined. And it so happened like that. So, dependency. We should not be happy to enjoy somebody else's dependency on us. That is failure in actually directing that person to become a independently thoughtful person who is capable of taking decisions and pursue his life depending on Krishna. You're independently thoughtful, you don't become independent of Krishna also. You don't become independent of your Guru also. But the Guru wants you to be independently thoughtful, but don't become independent of the Guru's instruction. It's very important to note. Because he doesn't want you to be a codependent disciple. Guru Maharaj, can I go to bathroom? Guru Maharaj, number 2. Guru Maharaj, shall I go to sleep? Yes, now you can go to sleep. Guru Maharaj, can I eat? Can I pass gas? All these things you cannot ask. And if you are enjoying that, see, I've got so much control over my disciple. Or you're thinking, so nice this disciple is. Everything he asks me. You're stupid. Both are stupid. Disciple and Guru both are out. What the Guru should really teach him is how to handle material life in such a way that you are able to renounce, detach yourself and become attached to Krishna. This is what he's trying to teach you. And that teaching will not be like ordinary things that people are teaching you. It will be sometimes difficult to accept the words of the Guru because of your own attachment. And that will come out. And you will, be very disturbed. You see, Upadeshahi murkhanam parkopayana shante. If you give good instructions to an idiot, he will get angry. If you give very good instructions to an idiot, he'll get angry, Chanakya Pandit said. No use of giving. They're getting angry for giving good instructions. Many of our leaders are like that. Especially political leaders. You give good instruction, they put you in the jail. They'll put you in the jail. All thinking, free-willing, important people who are intellectual Brahmins and everybody thinking, put in the jail. Rascal, how dare you instruct me? This is the meaning of Shudra. He does not know anything. Now, anybody who speaks the right thing and instructs, they put in the jail. So, all thoughtful people will not talk anything. I don't want to say anything. I'll not say anything. Because you're an idiot. Better I just say, how nice, very good, wonderful. And I go look after my own business. I should never talk to you the truth. I should simply lie to you. So smart people who really have some stuff, who have got some brain, they should be respected. Please, I want you to tell me what is the right thing. Because it's important for me to grow, for me to understand. So intelligent people, all these great Kshatriyas and kings, they had these Brahmanas instruct them. And the Brahmanas know this king is intelligent. He will understand what I tell him. He's not going to unnecessarily get angry. He may argue, he may do that, but he knows. So they'll boldly tell, you should not do this because of this. But what about this? What about this? He'll do is, see, if you have intelligence, you will understand. And then you will refrain from doing, because the Brahmins have, the intelligent people have analyzed and said, you should not do. Okay, I should not. I'll not. You will see throughout the Bhagavatam instructions given by Brahmin priests, sages to the king. And the king is intelligent, he understands. But Ravana never listened to anybody. He just wanted everybody to tell what I am doing is correct, you must tell. If you tell anything different, he threw him out. Vibhishana he threw out. He got very angry because Vibhishana said, don't do this. Whole race will be spoiled. Everything is spoiled. This one lady, simply give her back. You got so many ladies in your harem. This one person alone, just return. It's the destruction of the whole race. He said, get out. Get out of here. And that's what happened to him. He cannot hear. He's very proud. So dependency does not mean that you are an unintelligent idiot who stands like a robot and says, tell me what to do, I will do. That is a big headache for the guru. Oh, this type of a person is going to be a big headache on me. You can't teach him. Sometimes people are very smart. They purposely do this. Tell me what to do and I will do. Why? Because I don't want to use my intelligence and do things. I just want to relax. I will act like I don't know. And I'm very nice. Excuse me, Maharaj, how to do this? To do like this, like this? Then I get the impression, oh, you don't know. Huh? Better you don't do. You sit in the corner and chant Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Because that's what I wanted from you. If I showed you some intelligence that I know, you'll tell me to do, and so I'll avoid the responsibility. This is another type of complication. This is also unfortunate. Different type of misfortune. Dependency, we should understand correctly. Then desire. Dependent desire means I am dependent on the Supreme Lord for everything. He is the Lord and Master of anything and everything. If He so desires, let it happen. If not, it's fine. Perfectly right, because I am His servant. He is free to do what He wants. But I also have an individuality. And I can express my individuality by desiring this will be good. It will be nice if we have a wonderful temple for Krishna. It's the desire of our whole community. We want it to be an opulent temple that all sorts of people will come and take darshan of the Lord. And there will be huge kirtan. And there will be distribution of prasadam, and so many people will inquire and become devotees. That will be very nice. This is the desire of the devotee. Now, you cannot say, it's a desire, it's a spiritual desire. Definitely Krishna has to give it. He need not have to give it. He need not have to. According to Krishna's plans, it will happen. The Pandavas had many suggestions also. How to do this, how to do that. Krishna had his own plan. But even Krishna, although he knows what exactly is going to happen, carried out the order of Yudhishthira. Please go to Maharaj Dhritarashtra and try to do some peace talks. Please. He knows very well these fellows are never going to listen. In fact, when I go there, the Duryodhana is going to catch me and try to put me in the jail. He's such idiots there. It's best for them to give them danda. Sama, Beda, Dana, Danda. It has already passed all that. These fellows will not. But anyway, because you are, I'll listen to you. He went. And exactly what he thought happened. Duryodhana tried to catch him. And Bhishma told him, look at your foolish son, what he is doing. Is this the way to receive somebody like Krishna? Is this the way to do it? He brought a whole army and all to catch him. But Krishna's plan only worked. But he carried out Yudhishthira Maharaj's instruction. It's very amazing. He went, yeah, I'll do that. And he was everything for them. But finally what he planned only happened. But it doesn't mean that the Pandavas did not at every point of time say, let us do this, let us do this. They also made decisions. But they said, everything depends on you, what you say finally and what you want finally. And finally they listened to that also. When Arjuna was told by Krishna, when Karna is lifting the wheel, this is the best time to shoot him. He said, what? This is the best time to shoot him. Otherwise you're not going to get through. You're not going to get through. This is the Lord's plan. It looks completely crazy for a Kshatriya. How can I shoot him when he's unarmed and he's lifting the wheel? He said, no, it's the best time to shoot him. After all, what did he do? He is the person who actually told Draupadi should be disrobed. He is the reason for many things. Don't you remember all that? He deserves to be shot like this only. Krishna gave him material reasoning also. And he shot. And Karna died. Krishna's plan worked everywhere. Whether you may think it is dharmic, adharmic and all does not matter. It's Krishna's plan is Krishna's plan. It is not dharma, adharma and all that. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. What Krishna does is dharma. So in this way, what the Lord wants, what is His desire, that only will happen. And if a devotee knows fully, completely well, all depends on Krishna and remains surrendered, then in that surrendered feeling, he desires, this will be nice for Krishna. This will be nice for our movement. Definitely Krishna will satisfy that desire. This is the desire of Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He is writing on the ship in his diary. But he is completely surrendered because he is going without obviously any type of help, with $7 in his pocket, because it is the desire and instruction of my Guru. I must go. The rest is left to Krishna. I don't even know why he has brought me here to this place called America, full of Rajogun, Tamogun. But you may have some plans. You may use me as you want. Prabhupada was very surrendered to Krishna. Then he desired that I should open up center here, I should publish this book, I should publish the Chaitanya Charitamrita, I should do that, I do that. All this for Krishna. And all of them, Krishna sanctioned. His whole plan for spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world, he sanctioned. Because he was so humble, so dependent on Krishna, but he did not stop planning and giving instructions, this is the way we should do, this is the way we should do. And if Krishna so desires, it will happen. To accommodate these two things sometimes it's difficult. A mature devotee knows how to put these two things together. It doesn't mean that whatever Krishna wants will happen. It doesn't matter. We don't even have to know what Krishna wants. We have to simply eat and sleep. Because anyway it will happen as per what Krishna says. Why should I even desire? I should not even desire. I should just become a lump of, flesh, vegetable. This is dangerous. That's not what's the meaning of it. You must actively desire. You must actively want to serve Krishna. You must actively think of many different ways enthusiastically to spread Krishna consciousness. Such enthusiastic people who are going out and trying and taking risk, Krishna likes such people very much. This is what Prabhupada's life we can learn. Boldly he went and he tried something. After all, I'm doing it for Krishna only. So what? Boldly, but not unintelligently. It is not that he simply did something foolishly. No. Very well thought out. Within the ambit of the Krishna consciousness spread that has been spoken by great acharyas in the past. He desired within that. It will be nice to do this. It will help the movement to grow. Definitely Krishna will sanction these things. But we should not start by thinking, definitely Krishna will start. We should just say, If so Krishna desires, it will happen. So it does not stop me from independently planning, thinking, intelligently arranging things. That's important. Both these things are important. We should not become fatalistic, thinking whatever is the fate Krishna is imposed on me will happen. Not like that. From examples in the Mahabharata, you can see that the Pandavas acted. They planned every day. They planned strategies every day. They did everything possible from my side. Whatever Krishna desires, let it happen. Whatever Krishna desires, let it happen. Acting dharmically, acting properly as per the instructions of Krishna, endeavoring and waiting patiently. These are all qualities of a devotee. Devotee, in his mind at no point of time, is resigned to thinking that I don't have to do anything, everything will be done by Krishna. He is not, thinking like that at all. He is definitely thinking, I have to labor, I have to desire, I have to labor, I have to perform these activities to satisfy Guru and Krishna. That actively he engages in. Dependency and desire. Both of them have to be properly organized. Om Tat Sat. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki. Any question or comment? Yeah. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to speculate on your own. You're supposed to consult. If you have a difficulty like that, immediately consult a devotee. Am I thinking correct? Is this the right way to go? So you don't have to suffer. You can immediately consult the right person. You can consult Guru. You can consult Vaishnavas. You can open Prabhupada's books. You can hear his lecture and see what he has got to say. What about that? Is it useful? Yes. We must utilize all the resources that Krishna has provided. Sometimes it may be difficult, but that is also part of the process of the learning and growth. If a person is sincere, he'll always come out of it having benefited. Sincerity in wanting to serve Krishna in the best possible way, pure desire to serve Krishna, all these things matter a lot. Intention, all these matter a lot. Does not, the other things and all will stay only for some time and they fall off. Krishna, if you're desiring sincerely for Krishna, and if you're controlling your mind, your senses, your false ego, and trying to do your best with a service attitude, then we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry much. There may be trials, there may be challenges, tribulations and all that. But if we keep our deep inside pure, then definitely Krishna will direct you properly. It may take time. That doesn't matter. It may take time. That doesn't matter. But in the end, the devotee will be successful. Dhruva Maharaj is a nice example of that. Prahlad Maharaj is a brilliant example of that. So many things happened to him. So many horrible things happened to him. And be done by your own father to you. But he simply kept up his pure desire to serve the Lord. And the Lord appeared finally. So devotee, Kaunteya pratijanahi name bhakta pranashyati. The devotee will always be successful. Om Tat Sat. Any other question or comment? Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki.